Hey, good afternoon. Can you hear me? CLO Jennings, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. All righty. Good afternoon. We're here for performance review hearings. I have on the docket, please unmute and respond here or present when I call your name. Juan or Orona. Juan Orona.
Here, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you for being here, sir. And who's the CSO for Mr. Orona?
It's me, Judge Grace Marino.
How are you doing today, namesake?
Well,
Good. Robert Brendan Ramirez.
Your Honor, he was in his vehicle leaving work. He reported to me that he's 5 minutes away to get to his home.
Mr. Ramirez?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Ms. Munoz. Mr.
Oh, no,
Munoz.
not a problem. Okay, Mr. Ramirez, I need a sound check. You need to be audible. Okay, you just muted yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you now. Okay, thank you for being
Robert
here.
Manson.
And who is here for CSO for Mr. Ramirez?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. It's me, Officer Burdick.
Thank you. Good to see you again. It's been a
Good to
while.
see you, Judge. Yes.
And Robert Munoz?
Sorry, yes, ma'am. That was the one that is on his way home from work. He was en route. He didn't know he couldn't be on the device, on the Zoom in his vehicle, so he was making it home.
Okay, very good. What's your first name, please?
My name is Melissa.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, well, let's go ahead and get started in the order that I called it. We're going to get on record and court is going to call cause number 634-437, State of Texas versus Juan Pedro Orona. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the CLO.
Ashley Jennings, Court Liaison Officer for County Court Law Number 2.
Grace
CSO?
Marino,
Go ahead.
Grace Marino, Bexar County Probation Officer for Juan Orona.
And Juan Pedro Orona?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
And how are you? How
Good,
are
ma'am.
you doing today?
Good, Your Honor.
Good, good. Officer Jennings, please tell me, when was the last court visit with Mr. Orona?
Yes, Your Honor. The last hearing was held on June 28, 2022. The probationer was granted deferred adjudication on February 2nd, 2021 for 20 months for driving while intoxicated. Your Honor, you ordered for probationer to submit to bi-monthly UAs. Now, this case does expire October 1st, 2022.
Yeah, so how has Mr. Orona been doing while on probation since our last visit?
Yes, Your Honor, he is doing very well. He's completed all of his programs except for community service, which he has about, I want to say 28 hours of community service left to do. And his plan is to pay on the 1st of September a payment, and then again on the 15th of September when he gets paid.
Okay, but you usually like for them to go ahead and be paid off at least around about now, a couple of months ahead of time?
Correct.
Okay. All righty. So community service hours, how many hours was totally assessed?
Totally assessed was 40.
Okay, and he's done how many?
He has done 12 and he has 28 left.
Okay. Where are they being performed?
He is doing those with Blessed Angels Community Center and he's doing money donations.
Okay. All righty, and the fees, what's the total assessed?
Total assessed was $1,576.
And he's paid how much?
He's paid in full.
No, you said there was a payment due on the 1st and the 15th of September.
That is for the community service donations.
Oh, okay, that's what, okay, all righty, so this one is paid in full, okay. Okay. All right, so what classes have been completed?
Classes that he's completed have been the DWI education and the U impact panel. He's also completed the ignition interlock and the TAP evaluation.
Okay. UAs,
The last drug testing was August the 12th, and it's been negative. All UAs have been negative since the start of probation, and he's gonna submit another one. If he hasn't done it already, he's supposed to submit it by Friday.
okay, you're testing them still monthly?
We were doing it monthly, but you ordered bi-monthly, so we're gonna be doing it twice a month.
Okay, all righty. So, Mr. Orona, how are you feeling?
Great, Your Honor.
Did you say good?
Yes, Your Honor.
So tell me, how does it feel to be near completion of your probation successfully, by the way?
Great, Your Honor. I just it's been great.
It's been great.
Yes.
Oh, you've enjoyed being on probation?
No, it's been great that I've been doing so good.
Yeah, that I have to agree with you on. I mean, because the thing about it, but if you enjoy being on probation, maybe we can extend you a little bit, a little bit more so that, because I kind of like you being here, kind of have time to talk with you.
No, Your Honor, I want to be done already.
Oh, okay. So we're not enjoying it that much, but have we treated you well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and let me ask how you're feeling about you.
About me, Your Honor?
Yeah.
I feel good. Because yeah, I mean, I've been good. I mean, everything's great.
How are you feeling about you and what you've gone through? How many months was this, Officer Jennings? How many months was he on probation for?
He was on for 1 second. He had a total of 20 months.
Yeah, thanks. I thought that's so for 20 months, you've been on probation and you don't know how you feel about you?
I feel great. About myself, yes, I feel great. I feel good.
About the whole process. What have you learned?
Pretty much about what learned. Pretty much don't ever do it again.
That's it?
It's because I've been good. I learned
Yeah,
my
but you think you've learned your lesson?
yes.
Really?
Yes.
Because you went through this whole process. Let's go ahead and think about this. I don't know what was your drinks of choice and everything, okay? I want to have this conversation with you, Ms. Arona, because I want you to think about this. I don't know what your drinks of choice was. I don't know how much you spent that night having that drink. I don't know any of those facts. But this is a fact that I know, is that those drinks that evening and you making the decision to get it behind a vehicle and drive is one, what happens, why this is treated as a crime is because you turn your vehicle into a weapon. And it can be a weapon of great destruction. The one thing that I'm glad that you're here is you're here talking to me, because it could have been your destruction, right? So I'm glad that you were safe and no one got hurt, right?
Yes, Your
Or
Honor.
did you have an accident?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's one. Two, $1,576 probation fees. That's a pretty expensive drink or drinks. Would you ever spend $1,576 on drinks?
No, Your Honor.
I hope not, because you'll be pickled in one night, right? If you spent that much. But you spent that, and that has been over 20 months of your life that you probably not going to get back. All righty. So, and there was a reason I started seeing you, to be able to give you a chance to be successful. So I want you to think about all that whole process that I just shared with you. That's what you paid in probation fees. There were other costs of all the classes that you've taken, and you're donating your community service restitution. I want you to talk about just that cost alone in your time. When you say, hey, I'm not going to do this again, what are you not going to do again? Are you not going to take the classes again? Are you not going to get caught again? Are you not going to pay that again? What are you not going to do again?
I basically won't be able. I won't go out for a drink anymore. I mean, it's been enough.
Well, is that really realistic? Because you're going to go out and you're going to have a drink. But what's your plan of action if you do?
If I happen, Uber.
Right, you had that option at that time. So one of the things that you've learned is that there are alternatives, and you're going to make a plan, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, because you have a share ride. You can share a ride in which you pay for, or you can have a designated driver, or you can stay where you're at, or you can stay home and drink, right?
Yes,
But
Your
you
Honor.
have to have a plan, because one of the things that you want to plan for is what? Not to be here again under these circumstances, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so how do you plan not to be here in this situation again?
By taking alternative options.
Right, making better decision and having that plan printed in your head so that you'll remember that. Because there are people who know that and think about that, and then when they get out and have a couple of drinks and somebody tries to take their keys from them, they say, no, I can handle it. Is that going to be you?
No, Your Honor.
No? Okay. All righty. Very good. I'm glad that you're well on your way, very much on your way to success. I thank CSO Marina for working with you to help you achieve your success. But the person that I really thank and appreciate so much for their efforts is you, Mr. Orona.
Thank you.
And I am sure that your family is very appreciative of how serious you have taken this and worked so hard to be able to achieve this success. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All righty. Very good. So after the 15th, he should be done. I should be looking for a discharge, correct? Officer Moreno? Moreno?
Correct, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All righty. So this was deferred adjudication. Officer Moreno?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Alrighty. Very good. Okay. Do you have anything further, Officer Moreno?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
Okay, very good. And Officer Jennings, instructions?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Okay, I'm not going to go ahead and reset you, Mr. Orona. I look forward to being able to sign your discharge paperwork. But remember, you still have till the 1st of October, and hold another month to go. Don't start celebrating too early, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we've got Labor Day coming, so don't because you're still on probation. I've had people who decided just the day before they were able to get off of probation to go celebrate a little too early, okay? That's not
Yes,
gonna be you, right?
No, Your Honor.
All righty. All right, well, thank you so much for visiting with me. You are excused, and I look forward to signing your discharge. Okay, good job. And Officer Moreno, do you have anything?
No, Your
Further-
Honor, not at this time.
Alrighty, thank you. Great job, good report. Thank you very much. You're excused as well.
Thank you.
Let's get on record. Court is going to call cause number 650-936, State of Texas versus Robert Brendan Ramirez. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the CLO.
Ashley Jennings, Court Liaison Officer for County Court at Law number 2.
CSO,
Probation Officer Dejanira Burdick from Bexar County, supervising the probationer Robert Ramirez.
and Robert Brendan Ramirez.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Good afternoon, sir. I really appreciate you being here. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Officer Jennings, when was the last court visit with Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, Your Honor. The last hearing was on June 15th, 2022. The probationer was granted probation on July 20th, 2021 for driving while intoxicated for 14 months. Your Honor, you requested the probation to attend 12-step 3 times a week. Now, this case expires September 19th, 2022.
Oh, well, we're really super close with you. Hi, Mr. Ramirez.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, that's a great thing, right? And so, what was he on probation for? I didn't hear the final charge. What your program?
Yes, Your Honor, it was for driving while intoxicated for 14 months.
Okay. DW. So it's lower to DWI first.
Yes,
And it's also deferred, right?
no, this is regular probation.
Mhm. Alrighty, CSO, how have we been doing for the?
Mr. Brennan, Mr. Ramirez is doing okay. He's doing great. He's actually already completed everything, all programs, all payments, all community service. He started doing the sober support meetings back in May since our first hearing, May 11th. So from May 11th to June 15th, he was attending 4 meetings a week. 3 were allowed to be virtual, 1 was allowed to be in person. Then after June 15 to date, he's been doing 3 meetings only. They've been virtual through StepChat because he has an overnight job and his schedule is demanding. He actually has 2 jobs, but he's managed to complete all payments. He completed all community service, and he's learned his lesson, he said.
Alrighty, UAs?
Since April of this year, he's been testing twice monthly. They've all been negative. The last result that I have on file is August 18th. It was negative. And there is an actual result that's pending right now from August 26th.
And Mr. Ramirez, is that going to be negative as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How come?
Because I do not drink at all. I have no desire or urge to drink at all, much less go through this process all over again. It's been quite a journey, and I have zero desire to do this again.
Do what again?
To drink, to even have to put myself or anyone else in the position that I did previously, and to have to go through everything that's involved with this, as far as all the fines, all the time and stuff that it takes out of, even, any little free time that I have to try to do the meetings, come to court, make sure I stay on top of everything. The money alone that's involved with the classes, the fines, the UAs, everything, it's not worth it. It is just not worth it.
Actually sounds like I appreciate it very much. You're doing a public safety announcement or public service announcement there, saying, hey, great to go ahead and drink, you can drive, but doing both of them at a 0.08 or above is not a good idea.
No, not at all.
Okay. All righty. Because, this kind of started out with, you understand as far as how the case went, the next after a second DWI, even though you're doing the first, the allegation was such, the next would be a felony.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Would that be worth it?
No, definitely not. It would be it would have a severe impact on everything with as far as like employment, anything. Just, it would limit me greatly.
So what would you have said to a person like Mr. Orona? And I probably shouldn't have let him go until I spoke with you, but anyways, what would you say?
To just think ahead. I mean, and I know a lot of times we don't always think ahead or try to, like you said yourself, have a plan in the moment. And that's most people in general, unless they've been through something or someone close to them has been through something similar to this, that they realize the bigger picture and how much it can affect just going out for even as little as an hour or anything like that. It can change everything in such a short time. I'm fortunate I didn't get into any accidents or anything, but I mean, just, if things were different, it's possible it could have gotten that far. It could have been very much different, and it wouldn't have taken much to really mess with my life and, change everything.
Right. Because if anybody gets hurt, besides yourself, then you're talking a totally different level.
Yes.
You're talking a different level. So the thing is, your relationship with alcohol right now, what is it? Besides, you say, hey, I'm not drinking at all. How sustainable is that?
See, before I was always just a social drinker, and I never really took into consideration my how it affected me. Like I would just, a couple of drinks, and I would think to myself, like most people, oh, I feel fine, and then I would just take off, and I wouldn't realize that although I felt okay, it was my own perception which was already altered due to the drinking. So I just didn't think, I just didn't think clearly, and I was very irresponsible in those decisions. But it wasn't something that I did on a regular basis, and because I didn't do that, I wasn't thinking about how much just a couple of drinks was affecting me. I was only going based on my perception of how I felt in that moment, and not feeling like there was like I had hit that limit, or that I had drank to that level. And after all this, it kind of had me start to think things differently as to, well, how much is that one drink going to raise that level for me? How much is that one, even though I don't realize it? And that's why for me, like, just not knowing, I just, it became less desirable for me to even try to have to play that game as to, well, am I okay? Am I good enough? And to be able to drive, and it's just not worth it to even have to go through that and try to, not to say that I wouldn't be able to, be sociable and have one or something like that. But after all of this, if I were to, I would definitely think about that before I decided to do anything. More than likely it would be, if anything, I'm gonna just do it at home, or if I know someone else is gonna be driving and not drinking, or I'm staying somewhere wherever I'm at, but not to put myself in that situation where I have to then wonder, although I feel okay in my mind, am I really okay?
Okay. And just one last question, sir. Your decision, and it's your decision not to drink, to completely abstain, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. But you mentioned again, if you would drink, do you know what your limit is, or have you set a limit for yourself?
I've honestly thought that if I were to, I know there are options out there. I've been told that they even have, although how reliable they are, I'm not sure. I know that they do have breathalyzer devices, pocket devices that you can keep that work with your phone, that you can be able to look and tell if you're even close to such a level. But I wouldn't want, like I said, I mean, it's too much of a hassle to try to wonder whether or not that would be a case. I would much rather just not drink and put myself or anyone else in that situation.
Okay. Because, even if you go to an event and people are pressuring you to drink, you can go ahead and nurse a sparkling wine, not a wine, but a sparkling grape drink or something like that. It still looks like a glass of wine if you wanted to appear as if, or you can,
Yes, ma'am.
a
And
lemon.
I've had where I've been in around friends or whatever, and they're drinking, even having the machine out of my truck, where they're, oh, just one. I'm like, no, I'd rather not. And some people would try to do the peer pressure, and I've been good about, no, I'm perfectly fine. I don't care what they say, or if they try to pressure me. And a lot of them have come to accept that I can, even with just a bottle of water, and it does not bother me one bit to be in a social environment where I'm just drinking a bottle of water. And a lot of my friends have come to accept that, and actually have thanked me for being responsible enough to maintain, and not just because of probation.
Good. So you're the designated driver now, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, that's great. That's great. That's really good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of that, because it's important for folks to kind of hear it. Even your supervision officers, sometimes you go through, some of them hear it, some people do share with them and are grateful for the work and working with them. So, but sometimes you just need to hear that, because you've made a decision, a life-altering decision, and saying, okay, my life and what I'm going through is more important than having this drink. And are you having just as much fun and
Yes, ma'am.
enjoying what you're doing without?
Yes, ma'am.
being-
I realize that I don't need a drink to be able to enjoy myself. I can enjoy myself with, my company without having to feel the pressure of having that drink. It's not the drink that makes the time enjoyable, it's the people I'm around.
Excellent, excellent. And how much money you think you've saved from not drinking?
Quite a bit. Before, honestly, I wasn't able to really save much, and even with fines and stuff like that, I've been able to slowly put money back into my bank account and let it build up.
Excellent. I had the probationer once told me he was able to save up to $5,000.
But one day.
So, and lose some weight. So thank you very much. Again, I appreciate you going ahead and sharing it. And I'm going to, and the same thing, thank you very much. I hope that we treated you well. And I appreciate you allowing us to work with you.
Thank you.
Because you're the one who did the hard work. We're here to be able to facilitate and help you however it is, and appreciate that. Sometimes it's hard to accept help. So thank you for allowing us to do that, and congratulations and great job on your part.
Thank you.
And so I look forward to being able to sign your dismissal and discharge, or your discharge, at least from probation. And I wish you the very best, okay?
Thank you.
Right. Okay. CSO Burdick, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Instructions Officer Jennings?
That's it, Your Honor.
Okay. All righty, sir. The courts are open. Drop by, say hey if you like, okay? If you got time, you'll have some time now. Drop by and say hello, okay? But don't come stand in front of me again, all right?
No, ma'am. No.
All righty, thank you. And you're excused, and Officer Burdick, if you have nothing further, you're excused as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All righty, first of all, Robert's iPhone, I need for you to rename yourself. So it's first name and last name, sir. And probably you want to go ahead and save that. All righty? Mr. I take it person here with Robert iPhone? No, okay. All righty, Mr. Munoz, how are you?
Hello, ma'am. I'm good. How are you?
Good, 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 good. We're going to go ahead and get on record, and the court is going to call cause number 655-503, State of Texas versus Robert Ambrose Munoz. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with this CLO.
Ashley Jennings, Court Liaison Officer for County Court at Law Number 2.
Melissa Villa, Community Supervision Officer.
And what's your relationship to this case?
I am the assigned probation officer for Mr. Robert Munoz.
Okay. And you're Robert Munoz.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Officer Jennings, when was the last court visit we had with Mr. Munoz?
Yes, Your Honor. The last hearing was on May 9th, 2022. The probation was granted deferred adjudication on November 4th, 2021 for driving while intoxicated for 10 months. At the last hearing, Your Honor, you requested for the ignition interlock to be removed. The probationer was doing well, and it was reset for this month for a status update. Now, this case expires September 3rd, 2022.
September 3rd?
Yes, Saturday. Yes.
CSO, how is he doing? Is he ready to fly the coop?
Your Honor, yes, I believe he is ready to fly the coop. He has completed all programs successfully, to include 45 hours of community service with the Bexar County Gives Back program. The DWI intervention program has been completed. He also actively participated in outpatient treatment with Rise Recovery from March 29th through June 13th of this year. He finished outpatient treatment services successfully, where he completed education classes, group meetings, social activities, and counseling sessions. And he is full-time employed at the San Antonio Water Systems. He has also submitted negative drug tests monthly. His last drug test was on August the 5th of this year, where he submitted a negative result. He has also paid in full his court-ordered financial obligations, Your Honor.
Perfect report. Excellent report. Thank you.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Munoz, how you doing?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. And I just love your spirit. How you feeling about you?
I'm feeling good. You know, I'm just happy that I completed everything I completed. I know what I did wrong. Thanks to all the classes and the meetings. I've just been doing great. You know, life's been going staggering up, which I'm not saying that I'm glad I ended up here, but I'm kind of glad because it changed my life around a full 360. So, you know, my thinking's clear. You know, I'm going to the gym. You know, I'm eating right. So I think that, you know, that helped me out a lot. And I'm just, you know, I'm here. You know, I'm alive. I'm good. You know.
I know, and that's one of the things I'm really happy about, that you're feeling good and that you're alive and you're well. I
Yes,
mean
ma'am.
that sincerely. That rice recovery, you said that you learned a lot from that, or?
Yes, ma'am. I think that Rise Recovery program, I think that's actually a good program. It helped me out with a lot of different things. It took me to social activities where I didn't drink. So it helped me out in that standpoint because to me, social activities always did have you had to have alcohol, you know, and they took me to stuff that you didn't need any of that and still had fun. So, you know, I appreciate that part of it. They taught me a lot about alcoholism and different types of alcoholism that there is. And I mean, it just taught me a lot and about what alcohol does to your brain and your body and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Rise Recovery is a really great program.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna be really happy to hear that. Do you get an opportunity with them to kind of give back and maybe go there and talk to folks or something
I mean,
like that?
I
kind of
do
encourage
I
folks?
do go out there once in a, I will tell you one fight once a month. They have a Thursday meeting, AA meeting that you don't have to be a part of the program. You could just go. And I've gone there a couple of times and I've talked to some kids and stuff like that that are going through. And I really didn't talk to them. I just told them my story. And I told them that, you know, it's a good program. You don't have to drink alcohol and stuff like that. So yeah, I've done that. I've gone there and done that.
Even after you finish the program?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's really good. It's always even a plus up to be able to give back.
Oh,
You know,
yes,
once
ma'am.
you've gone through it, giving back, it doesn't have to be just giving your time and, like you say, sharing your story and then encouraging others. That is always adds even to your character, your motivation, and your sustainability of the decisions that you're making now. What's your relationship with with alcohol now?
To be honest, to me, alcohol, it's not a need no more, nor a want. I believe that that's just not for me. That's not my lifestyle anymore. I'm trying to, now that I understand, I think more clearly without it. You know, I have a new hobby, which is the gym, you know, and even if I ever think about a drink, I go straight to the gym, handle it there, or I'll go play basketball, or I'll be with my family, you know. I'll play volleyball with my sister if I have to, you know, play darts, you know, my uncle at his house. You know, I figured out different gateways instead of going to alcohol. I just go lean towards that. So right now, my relationship is, I don't care for it.
You think that's gonna be you're gonna sustain that for the rest of your life?
Yes, ma'am. I believe so.
Wow. And that's an important decision. But if you don't, will you be able to have a plan put together so as to make sure that you don't end up on this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I do. I mean, there's many different ways. You got Uber, you got Lyft. You know, you got a lot of my family members that don't drink, and they always tell me, you know, if you ever do drink and if you do get too drunk, you know, just give me a call. I'll go pick you up. You know, instead of if that was the case, you know, and yeah, Uber, Lyft. I mean, there's you know, if I ever do go back to drinking, those will be my options. Because I know getting behind the vehicle is not safe for me or anybody else or my family or anything like that.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so you do have a supportive environment of people who do not partake of alcohol already. So you're not feeling like the odd fish out, huh?
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, not at all.
That's great. That's great. Well, listen, I'm sure they're gonna send me your discharge right about Friday.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Discharge. I'll have that, and I'm looking forward to going ahead and signing it. Okay, I wish
Yes,
you the
ma'am.
best. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for going back and sharing. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your success. And you keep that success and that heart and that drive going, that motivation. You keep it going, okay? Because you got places to go and things to do and a lot of contribution to this society to make, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Stop by and say hey anytime, okay?
I will. I will.
All righty, good. Thank you. Anything else, Officer Velia?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Well, I thank you very much for your advocacy and working with Mr. Munoz. It's always kind of very nice to see that your efforts pay off so nicely with Mr. Munoz. So thank you very much for working with him and advocating for him, letting us know that he was running just a little bit late. I appreciate that. That was very considerate of you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And that was an excellent report. That's one of the best exit reports I have heard. Thank you very much. Well done.
You're welcome. Thank you,
Officer,
Judge.
thank you. Officer Jennings?
That's it, Your Honor.
All right, okay. Mr. Munoz, you're excused, and again, I wish you the very best future. And Officer Velia.
Yes, ma'am. That's okay.
Yeah, Villa, right?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I'm looking at it, I'm confusing myself.
That's okay. It's okay.
Thank you very much. You have yourself a good afternoon and you're excused as well.
Thank you. You too, Judge.
We're off record. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Officer Jennings, you took it easy on me. You're spoiling me. You're spoiling me, huh? Okay, indeed. Good. All right. That was excellent. How you doing? We're off record. Okay.